guys, welcome back to another one of my videos. We will be doing a Willy Wonka themed cake. If you hear that, my cat is trying to break into his feeder, which he is doing so successfully. But yes, I did see the trailer for the new movie, and I believe the new movie's out now, and I just had no interest in watching it. It doesn't really seem to be my thing. It made me feel really awkward and weird. And I love Timothée Chalamet. Don't get me wrong, I thought he was great in Dune. I loved Dune, and I'm so excited for the new one to come out. But the Gene Wilder version will always have a very special place in my heart. It was probably one of the first movies I ever remember watching when my mom would ask me, like, what do you want to watch? I'd always say Totoro or Willy Wonka. It was always either of those two, and she hated me for it because I'd play it on repeat. But yeah, it still remains to this day one of my favorite movies. One bean. And my cat is like being such a little butt right now. Cut it out. Anyway, so we are going to be making a cake based on the character Violet Beauregarde. I knew I wanted to do one of like the mangled children from the factory. So I thought she was like the best contender because she turns into food herself pretty much. She chews on the stick of bubble gum and blows up into a giant blueberry filled with juice. And I was just like, I love blueberry flavor. So let's just run with that. And that's what we did. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. I'm so sorry for my dog who just keeps walking around. And let's get baking. Oh, and quick note, most of this video I'm not wearing makeup and I'm not all like done up. I just look like this because I'm about to head out. So please don't let my regular makeupless appearance freak you out. I'm just giving you a warning right now. Hey guys, so my background is really nice. It is definitely Christmas season now. Here's my little Target Santa bird that I love. I am going to bake the cake sponge right now. I didn't put much planning into it. In fact, I didn't even like sketch anything because I thought I'd just dive face first. It's probably not a good idea. So yeah, no proper planning, but I do have some ideas in mind in terms of how I'm going to actually construct her. So I'm gonna be using a regular white cake mix that I usually do for all of my projects, and I'll be putting in bluish purplish food dye to get her color right, and then using these 6-inch cake pans. Thankfully she doesn't need to be like a perfectly shaped sphere. She can be more like egg oblong like. So I don't need to use like a crazy cake pan shape. I just need to make sure that I hollow it out and carve it so it looks pretty similar to her body shape in that scene. Weapon for this cake is this blueberry flavor extract. Seems kind of weird. I've definitely used it in the past and it's always come out really delicious. Tastes like blueberry muffins. Okay, it is the next day, and I just look the same because I work from home and I bum it a lot, and I swear the sweater is clean. I'm just pretty cold. Anyways, the cakes are now baked off. Here, let me show you what they look like. Yeah, so they're all baked off. They look brown, but once you cut off the top, you can see how nice and richly purple that came out. But yeah, I cut off the top because they baked a little too pointy. I know there's remedies for that. And I'm kind of debating whether I should get silicone cake pans. I heard that might be pretty great. But it was good because it got me a chance to taste test it with my husband. Super blueberry flavored, so I'm really happy with the color, really happy with the flavor. I'm gonna go ahead and pop these out and then shave them all down so they're all flat and start stacking and hollowing out for the body, torso cavity of the project. Got my trusty bread knife and a paring knife to help pop these out. Okay, so this is how it's going to look for now. I'm definitely going to shave her up a bit so she looks more like rounded instead of like this like pill cylindrical look. But it's a good place to start. So I need to get her shape right, and I also need to hollow her out so I can put some of that blueberry filling inside. Here is the top. I think it came out pretty okay, just needed to shave it down so it's more of a dome shape. This is the blueberry filling that I'm going to be using. It's actually meant for pies, which might be kind of weird that I'm using it cold, but it actually came out pretty delicious. Here I am pulling out all of my modeling chocolate scraps. You can see I have a bunch of like blues and reds. I like to cut them up just so that they kind of melt at the same rate. I will be sticking them into the microwave for about like 10 seconds max. I just want to soften them up so they're way more pliable and easier to work with. Hey guys, so yesterday you saw me frost the cake and fill it with the blueberry pie filling. And I also made the modeling chocolate colors I needed. I had made a more vibrant blue because I was trying to make purple and just turned out really muddy and dark, and I didn't like it at all, especially when I consider what Violet looked like in the movie. She was very much like a vibrant blue. And so I was like, I do want to stick close to how she looked in the movie. So this is the blue I came up with. It's actually a little bit darker in person. I think on camera it's showing a little bit light, especially because the sun is like hitting it. So I didn't do a sketch for this project, and that's because I just thought like, it's a simple cake. How hard could it be? She's just human, but she's shaped like a blueberry. It's a round structure. I don't think there needs to be much more thought put into it, but as of like 10 minutes ago, I was thinking about it and I was just like, do I want her to look exactly like how she does in the movies? Or do I want her to look maybe a little bit more animated, because she is kind of like stuck in that obviously like balloon-like structure. Maybe I want to make her a little bit more interesting to look at. And so when I look at the cake that I frosted, you can kind of see that it's obviously not perfect and symmetrical. It's not a perfect shape at all. And especially if you kind of like look at it this way, you can kind of see this curve that's jutting out. So it's more of like a jelly bean shape than a cylinder. Maybe I want that to be kind of like her gut. So we are going to still wing it. I don't have a very black and white resolute plan yet. I just have a general idea of how much more animated I want her to look. Okay, it's now fully covered with a pretty thin layer of modeling chocolate. It's still not perfect, it's pretty rough as you can see, but that's okay because I'll probably be putting on some details on top. I'm gonna first start with making the belly part of her a little bit more protruding, a little bit more pronounced, and just make her look a little bit more interesting and full of blueberry juice. It is the next day. Look at my shirt. It's an Evil Dead shirt I got at Monster Palooza. I don't know if I've worn it already, but I love it. I think it's super cute. Anyways, the cake is fully covered, and I did add some like belly details and like tried to do the appendages, or at least the legs, and I'm not happy with it. Here it is. I think I need to chill with the boobies. I think the boobies are a little crazy. The belly, I think, should maybe be shaved down more. I was looking at references of people who carry more weight on their bodies. Sorry if that's offensive to everyone. I'm trying to be as diplomatic. That's probably not the right word either. Anyways, and I just wasn't happy with the shape of it. Sorry, my hair is really bad. But yeah, I'm just not happy with the shape of it. She's filled with juice, like she's expanding with juice. So it's not necessarily that she has put on this weight for a very long time and it starts to sit on her body in different places. She's just expanding like a balloon. So I do want to have that effect. I do like the idea that she's like gorging and full, because, you know, the whole idea of the book was that all these kids are over consuming. But I think I need to kind of scale it back or just tweak it so it's more cartoonish and fun, less realistic, more juicy. So I'm a lot happier with her body shape. It's definitely more round. I exaggerated her stomach starting from right underneath her chest so it pops out a bit more. I shaved her chest area down a little bit just because it was looking too saggy. And then now I'm going to work on her legs. I actually started working on this leg. Let me zoom in so you can see. Okay, so originally, like if you see this one, the leg was positioned closer to her belly, but I'm actually going to move it out a bit so that her legs look a little bit more splayed out. I mean, we're not going for something like anatomically correct, but you would think that like from the girth and the weight of her belly that her legs can't stick straight forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on that and then probably move on to her arms. Oh, and you probably saw that I kind of put a head on top. That's definitely not the final head. I just kind of needed a reference point to know that I was going in the right direction, that this was at some point a human child and not just this weird amorphous blob that she ends up being. Okay, just doing that made me feel so much better. I mean, just seeing her on the camera right now looks a bit like a blue turkey, but this is actually the right direction. At least I hope so. So to help smooth out her surface, just make her easier to work with, I've been getting a tool, dipping it in hot water, wiping it off with a paper towel because I don't want actual water on the tool. And with that like heated up bit of metal, when I work on the modeling chocolate, it smooths out a lot quicker. It has kind of like, it like slightly melts the material, which is great when I want to get it like a perfect shape or to make it really flat and really clean. And so that is the new technique that I'm using and I will use for every project going forward now. I'm stoked. Okay, it's kind of a mess, but I wanted to work on her shoes now that her arms are done. And nothing special. She has brown shoes in the movie. I'm going to make 2 of these little dudes. The black or the very dark gray is the sole of the shoe. You know, it's the details that count, right? But yeah, I'll make 2 of these. And finally, the head. You can see I already tried to position it so it's not straightforward. I think I kind of wanted to be like wailing off into the distance. I tried to give some interest in her arms by not having them even or symmetrical either. So yeah, right, more interesting. I think so. All right, let's go. So here she is before all of her final details, and I actually prepared all of them. All these little tiny yellow balls are her buttons. I also made a little tiny yellow hair clip, and then the brown is her hair that I'm going to lay on and then carve out. the next day and today is the day that I'm finally going to finish. I just need to clean her up a bit so she looks a little bit more smoothed out, and I'll use that hot water trick and then do some final painting, which I feel like is when it's actually going to become a little bit more gruesome and fun. And then I think that's it. I think today's the day that we'll get to finally finish this girl. As usual, I won't be showing too much of the painting. I kind of want to save it for that big reveal. And here's that reveal. Okay, now comes the moment I'm actually a little bit nervous for, because the last time when I did the Shining Weirdo Bear Man, if you haven't seen that video, make sure to check it out. I had filled his cavity with, sounds so wrong, with sprinkles to do like a fun little sprinkle surprise effect. And this time I did blueberry pie filling. And if I'm gonna be like super honest and transparent, I saw some of the juice kind of leaking out of the bottom. So obviously there's some structural non-integrity going on right now, and I just want to make it like a nice clean cut and like a fun effect. So I'm just nervous that I don't know, I hope it gets pulled off. But yeah, here we go. Oh my god, she's already so juicy. This is so messed up. I love it. Okay. I'm nervous. Oh, I want you to come out. Oh, I want you to come out. Oh, she is juicy. Oh man. Yeah, I think that came out so good. Here, let me do a better angle so you can see. Look at that. It's so juicy and gross and weird. I am so happy. Okay, I already started eating her because TikTok and Instagram and all that good stuff. And she is so good. Like this double whammy of blueberry, because as you remember, the cake sponge has blueberry flavoring and then the inside is blueberry pie filling. That's probably kind of gross to some people, but it's so good. But I am super happy with this, and I can't wait for my husband to come home and try it because I know he's gonna love it a lot too.
A few moments later.
So that was my Violet Beauregarde cake. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. I was pretty happy with her. I didn't do as many details as I usually would. I wanted to focus on making a very simple cake because I do have plans for a next project that I need to fit in before the year ends. Like, it's a Christmas themed cake and it is now December 8th, and so I wanted to give myself enough time to do that. I also have another cake scheduled to be done in early January, so I'm just trying to play it safe. And so yeah, I thought I'd pull out an idea I had that I knew would be executed super quickly. So I hope you guys still enjoyed it, even though it doesn't have as many details as my other cakes. If you want to see my other super detailed cakes and chocolate sculptures, please make sure to like and subscribe. I'm pretty sure they won't disappoint you, especially if you like pop culture, nerdy things, anime, horror. That is my jam, and I hope it is yours too. Anyways, I will see you guys next time. Happy holidays, and bye.